This is Dave and Jen with the official NPL podcast, Inside the NPL, with the PT and the Professor, episode 4. Feels like old times today with the three of us back again, but before we get to them, Indianapolis is coming up, Jen. I kind of feel like it's my hometown, home away from home. I feel the same way about Chicago because I play pickleball so much in Indianapolis and Chicago area. But anyway, what are you looking most forward to about Indianapolis?
I always look forward to competing. I miss my team when I'm not with them. I feel like this has been a big break. We saw a bunch of them in Chicago recently, but it's the last weekend before the finals. We need to make a move. I mean, I think we've had 5 tiebreakers. So I'm just excited to compete, and Indy's close, so I can drive, and I've got friends there, so it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Speaking of Indianapolis, synonymous with Indy, synonymous with the NPL. We have Rick Witsken and his teammate from the Seattle Tsunami, Andrea Olsen. Welcome to the podcast.
Yay.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Andrea. Hi, Rick.
All right, Rick, right to it. All right. We had to have you on again. And you're going back to your hometown, but you've never left your hometown, but you're no longer an Indy driver, but you're going to be at your home club. So many things going on. Tell us a little bit how you're feeling going into Indianapolis.
Well, it's good to be back on with you guys. Thanks for what you do for the NPL. Obviously, I'm super happy to share this time with my teammate, Andrea. And as we speak right now, I'm in the Third Shot Pickleball facility where the event will be taking place. My hometown, I grew up in Carmel. It's right on the Carmel-Zionsville border. So I grew up in Carmel and I live in Zionsville. So you're right, David. This is near and dear to my heart. It's honestly kind of the third year in the making of when I wanted NPL to come here. And I'm beyond excited. It gives me goosebumps just talking about it, to have a company that I helped be a co-founder of, but more importantly, all the people that are such great ambassadors for this league, including you and Jen and Andrea and all the other players. I'm going to miss the 5 teams that are in Princeton, but we are going to try and do our best to show you guys how it's done in Indiana. Back home again in Indiana, that's the theme for the Friday night party, and we just couldn't be happier at Third Shot Pickleball and Seattle Tsunami, and I know the Indy drivers are really pumped as well.
Yeah.
Do you ever just take a moment, Rick, and reflect? It's been 3 years, you had this idea, and then a lot of us have ideas, right? Like we have, oh, that's a great idea, but to bring an idea this big to fruition, do you ever just reflect on the journey?
I do, in that just the relationships that it's cultivated. When I think about different partnerships, mixed doubles and gender doubles, and whether it's individual tournaments or then people that end up playing on the same team. I think more about the relationships and the opportunities for the 50-plus crowd and the 60-plus crowd. That makes me really happy, but it wasn't just me, obviously. It was Beth and Michael. But I do vividly remember waking up at 1 in the morning, which sometimes I do. Actually, I probably do more than not, and my wife doesn't like when I do that. But I just, like, a light bulb went off in my head. I'm like, Senior Pro Pickleball 2022, things are going south. The money's getting less live streams. We got to do something. And people kept coming to Beth and I to try and help resurrect, if you will, the senior pro opportunities. And so many good people, David, you and Jen, and all the owners. And so I don't reflect so much about the whole journey. I do reflect on, we had the first ever combine, and that was in the history of sports. Like, that's something a lot of people don't know. There's never been a combine in any sport for 50 plus. So that was something I came up with. And the Chicken and Pickle was amazing, and how they gave us all their courts for free in year 1. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that was amazing. That place was awesome. I love that place.
It was great. It was great. So many people helped the journey.
Oh, here comes. Who won the combine?
No, I was actually not going to mention that, although I do have my little medal and combine sticker on the other side.
Mention it.
I was not going to mention it. I was going to have a nice segue for Andrea. Speaking of nice people, speaking of 50-year-olds, all right, Andrea, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the NPL.
Yes. Hi, Andrea.
Your perspective a little bit about
barely
your
50
experience so far.
Barely 50.
Just turned.
I mean, she was 49 the first two weekends, right? Competition.
Yes, I was.
It's almost not fair, the youngsters. So tell us a little bit about your NPL experience so far.
It's been great. I just love the team aspect of competition, and the fact that we get to do this at our age, 50 or 60, doesn't matter. I think it's just an amazing experience. And the best way to really make connections and friendship is through something like NPL. It would be much harder to do it at an APP tournament. So yeah, so far I'm loving it.
All right, Andrea, I'm going to stay with you for a sec because we had you on for the Seattle connection, and your team is kind of separated yourself, I think. Yep. It's kind of Seattle and everyone else. Everyone thinks you're the best team. Even when we're doing commentary, like with Ari, he'll ask something like, besides Seattle, who else do you think can make a run? So now that you're kind of the front runner, do you like that status? Do you view yourself as the clear favorite? Besides yourself, who else do you think is your primary competition?
I mean, it's definitely nice that, we have been able to win the last couple of events, but I feel like every time we go and we compete, there are so many third game matches that we win. But let's say like Brian and Rick it happened that they were down 3-7 and they came back. So many times, we win the third game 11-10. I had teammates coming back from 10-2 winning games. So even though it looks like sometimes we winning by far, let's say 9-3 or 8-4, the games are always close. And I feel like any given day that can go the other way. So far it has gone our way, which is great. But going into the championship, I mean, that's my mindset. These teams are all strong. It's just a question on that day, who is going to be the stronger, who is going to be able to fight more.
Rick, any insights on why your team has been so successful, and do you have any weaknesses?
Please give bulletin board material to everybody. The answer is no. Andrea's right. Yes, we are the hunted. We know that coming to Indy. Everybody wants to knock us off. And the reality is you propping us up along with other podcasts and commentators and whatnot. We're not buying into that. We know we lost to Boca. We lost to Coachella. We won team breakers against Houston and Austin, which were so close. We could lose to anybody. We know that. Do we want the first seed? Of course we do. It'd be nice to get a bye. You guys should want that too for your teams. But I mean, look, we are not a team of superstars. We are a team of incredible depth, and we all buy into the culture. And obviously, here's where I give the shout out to our GM, James Main, and our owner, Stefan Keller, because they created the culture. Yes, Karabeth and I, are kind of the captains, and we like to be lead. But you look at our cohorts in the pod one, I mean, Andrea and Brian, like they're amazing players, and they're humble, and they're just almost silent assassins in a way. And you need a little bit of all the different participants. Mills is a pretty loud guy. He rightfully so got into the Hall of Fame, but sometimes his words are very interesting and unique, and sometimes he has the right things to say, and sometimes he doesn't. But we all build together, David, and we don't think for a second that anybody is going to be easy to beat. And I think it'd be crazy for us to say one team over another is more of the teams that are going to give us trouble. No, every single team in this league could win championship weekend. We all know it. We just want an easier path if possible.
All right, got it. Seattle, clearly first place. Everyone else playing for second place. Okay.
Well, no, honestly, you're so right, especially in year 3. The margin is so small. I mean, I think we're 9th or 10th, but 5 tiebreakers lost. 11-10, 3 of them. So we're in 4th or 5th then. So it's I mean, by literally 5 points. So you're right. There are so many 11-10 games. It's win by 1. So I wish I could buy a point a couple, here and there, but you go in and anyone can win it. It's not like, yes, those 4 teams get the seed, but the 12th team can win. And it's very close all the way through, which just makes it fun. It's really close all the way through the pods, and all the teams are close. So I think this year is probably the strongest talent we've had.
So, Andrew, I wanted to ask you a question. So, or not really a question, but give you a chance to kind of introduce yourself to a broader audience. Tell us a little bit about your story. Jen calls it the 1 minute bio because I tend to go on and on when I give my bio. So, if you could give us a little bit about your background, your sports history, things like that, where you're from and everything, that would be, I think, great for our listeners.
Sure. So originally, I'm from Hungary. I grew up there. My family is still there. I played tennis since I was 9, and then I got the opportunity to come play Division I tennis at Washington State University. So I came here when I was 20, played for 4 years, met my husband there, got married, and then we ended up settling down near Seattle. And my husband ran track in college too, so we were both coming from sports. And have 3 boys, ages 21, 18, 18 and 15, and 2 dogs. I got into, so I played USTA tennis after my first one was born, so I was close to 30, and I played USTA tennis for 17 years. And during COVID, when things slowed down, I saw one of my tennis teammates, and we were talking, and he was telling me that he has been playing more pickleball nowadays. And I was like, pickleball? And like, I didn't even know what that was. And so anyways, long story short, he got me out. I played the first time. I got addicted. I loved it. I didn't want to play tennis anymore, but I still had to because I had to finish my my season for the USTA teams. And but I got hurt right away because I jumped into it. I played for hours. I was still playing tennis. And so I ruptured my disc, and I had to take almost 7 months off to recover. And I did not want to go back to playing pickleball because that was the worst pain I ever experienced. But I did. I ended up going back slowly. And so that was over 3 years ago now. And that's the story.
Well, that's awesome. All right. We're love having you in the league. I don't know if I can say we love losing to you. That wasn't so much fun. But
wait,
anyway.
Andrea, did you say Washington State?
Washington State University, yeah.
Okay, my twin sister went there.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have to talk later because
you never told me that.
Yeah, you were there at the same time. She just chose not to play tennis. I played tennis in college. She was kind of burnt out of tennis, so she didn't play. But
oh, we could have met.
Yeah, you probably. Yeah, well, Rachel Smith. Anyway, we'll find out. I think you're 2 years younger than I am, so you would have overlapped for 2 years. But
I went 2 years late, so I was 20 when I went. So I was there from 95 to 99.
You guys had Drew Bledsoe. You guys had serious football there for a while. Really good.
Not Drew Bledsoe. It was Ryan Leaf. He was the quarterback.
He was there before.
Yeah.
Look at Rick's face.
Very different.
What if Indy would have drafted Ryan Leaf instead of Peyton Manning? Because they were 50-50 at the time. That would have been something. Yeah, enough about them. Rick, did you ever play 5-0 USTA in Indianapolis?
Yeah, we had to open the team. We went to Vegas, went to the championships, and then also played 5-5. Honestly, I don't know about 5-0, but definitely open in 5-5. I definitely played those championships.
Yeah, I mean, we never had a 5-5 team. I wouldn't be good enough anyway. But we'd always win Northern Indiana 5-0 and come down to lose to an India team. So I just want to know if I lost to you in tennis the same way I lost to you in pickleball.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I only remember my losses, and I don't remember playing you. So it's either one of two things.
Rick doesn't remember you, David.
Yeah. No. Well, I'm very forgettable. Either way. All right. So Rick, it would be crazy if I had you on. I didn't talk about kind of where we're going from here. All right, let you reflect a little bit on the past. We could go on and on. I could talk about as the first person to sign up. I could talk about I won the combine. I could talk about all these things that Jen said I shouldn't do. Anyway, so can you tell us a little bit about going forward, right? Any new plans that you're able to share? You don't have to tell us anything that's secretive, but expansion, new teams, different formats, anything you can tell us.
Well, first, David, I know you're on pins and needles, and so is Jen. I just have to remind you guys that Indy won the championship in the first year. Did you guys remember that?
Yeah. Wait, what's the timestamp? We'll ask Angela what the timestamp is. Like, I think I lost because I thought you had mentioned it 5 minutes earlier. So that was
first ever, the inaugural season champion.
Let's go. Well, and I also want to mention that the beauty of this league, which you asked me about, with Andrea, I've enjoyed really getting to know her. And I know her and I were off on this kind of same weekend. She was flying to Hungary and we were messaging each other. She was in the air, and, you know, like in some ways I want to go to Hungary now, which I hadn't had that desire until I met Andrea. I'm like, okay, these must be some cool people there. So hope I get to visit Hungary someday. But anyway, you know, in regards to what happens in the future, you know, ultimately, yes, we're selling new teams. We've got some hot markets that have put in their deposits. I'm very excited about what we're going to roll out for next year. We do have some very important meetings this week that are going to go over some of those details. So not divulging too much. I would say that, you know, we're going to have 2 to 3 to 4 times the number of players involved in what we roll out next year compared to what we have this year. That's significant.
Chicago team?
Well, you know, it's funny because I want to ask David, okay, you can't be Mr. South Bend, Mr. Chicago, Mr.
I was going to say that.
What? No.
Why not?
He claims St. Louis too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why not? You know, I claim everything. Yeah, you know, you should know me by now. I make a lot of claims that I never
You live in
back up.
Michigan.
Yeah, now we even live in Michigan, so like right across the border. So, all right, Rick, here's my proposal. I'm sorry to spring this on you. I haven't talked to you about this before, but I kind of came up with it in Kansas City week, you know, talking to people. And so for next year, here's my brief proposal. I wanted to get your kind of response without knowing what it is. I want, because one of the things you said, you're going to 50% more, double the people, something. The talent is so deep, right? It's crazy how Pod 1 people last year are now Pod 3 people. And the talent is so deep. I think, like you said, that's the key to your success. So my proposal is to eliminate the pod system. I think originally it was based on MLP, but we just do it bigger, 3 and sometimes 4 times bigger. But it's a hybrid of kind of the current NPL system and maybe college tennis. You still would put your teams in order of best to worst or least best. All right. I still want the best players at the top. I think that's important, you know, to keeping the best players in the league, to having that competitiveness. I know that's been the best thing about the NPL for me. And, you know, I'm all in. I have so many great things, just consistently being able to play with and against the best players, knowing that I'm going to play against you and Brian. I mean, like, this is what, to me, the competition is all about. So we still have that order. So you number your men's team 1 through 3, your women's team 1 through 3. The only difference, that's basically saying the difference is that the mixed teams are still in rough order, but they don't have to be based on that pod, right? So say if you play with Brian and Andrea plays with CB, and say Andrea's playing with Brian, you don't necessarily have to play with CB then. You know, maybe Tom Tuller could play with CB, and you could play in the mixed with someone else on your team. Maybe you could play with Yaya or something, and maybe you would play 2 or 3 mixed. So you're not beholden to that pod when it comes to mixed doubles. I don't know what you think of that or what your reaction is.
Well, you know, it's interesting, David, because I've very much felt like being very privy to the draft and seeing owners and who they choose, you know, the importance of a mixed doubles player. It's so important. And honestly, that is one thing about Seattle. I feel like our mixed doubles is really strong, and the chemistry amongst the men and women are so great. I do think that separates us a little bit maybe amongst some of the other teams. But as far as, you know, being able to move a mixed lineup compared to a pod gender lineup, I'm all for it. You know, obviously I come from the tennis world too. So does Andrea and Jen. You do. Like, I think that flexibility makes a lot of sense. I think, you know, we all admit that year 3 is by far the highest level of competition of players. I mean, pod 3 players are ridiculously good. Everybody knows that and sees that. And I do understand in year 1 and maybe year 2 a little bit that if you put a pod 3 player in at line 1, they're getting dusted, picked on, and it's almost like you're throwing a match, and that's not in the spirit of the league. But because of the level of parity now in our league, I think an idea like that, David, I would have no qualms with that. Obviously, our owners have invested a ton. We got a lot of bright people, bright owners, bright board members that would have to buy into that as well. But on the surface, I like it. Look, I would not have a problem going and playing line 2, even in the men's with a pod 2 guy, or even pod 3 with a weaker guy that's still really good. I don't know that it has to be mixed specific and not gender specific. You know, is it a right for the ownership and the GM to have the 6 players that they've drafted that are men go where they want in pod 1, 2, 3? I'd be okay with that, but I don't know what the general consensus is would be amongst the owners and GMs.
Right. I just want to make clear, I still want the best players at the top.
Yeah.
But let's say I'm playing with Daryl. I may not be the second best mixed player. They're different skill sets. I mean, I've seen that from you. You could see your mixed success, both in the NPL and outside the NPL, what great runs you have all the time, right? I am not as good a mixed player. All right. So Kelly's stuck with me because she has no choice. Maybe someone else could be better in mixed, only in mixed, to move up and play 2 mixed, and maybe I would play 3 mixed, or just something like that. It's not, I still want it to be in order. I'm not advocating stacking or moving stuff around. I just think they're 2 different skill sets. Some people don't have the same experience, and some people are great at mixed, you know, both male and female. So I still want that order, but I just think there'd be a little bit more flexibility, and I think it would speak to the slightly different skill set of being a great mixed player.
Well,
I think
go ahead, Jen.
I was just gonna add, like, so I've heard from, I'm speaking from the girls, I love mixed. I love that hard ball. I love that kind of pace. But then sometimes you're like, I don't want to take over in women's, or I don't want to, you know, or I've had other, like, oh, I don't like mixed. I hate when the guys are just going at us all the time. I love women's. So maybe like I've had more success in mixed. So maybe I play higher in mixed and I play lower in women's, or vice versa. Say like David doesn't play as big. Like, you know, there's some of these new players like Marco, we played against Yusuf. They love mixed. They play big. Girls are like, oh, I want to play with him. Or see, there's a little more strategy. Like, okay, so maybe the guy misses a little bit more, but he can help that girl. Or so it's kind of like, or also what people prefer. You write down, like, I feel confident in mixed guys, but you can move me down in women's. These 2 girls never miss. They'll, you know, so that's all, you kind of work together, and it's a little bit more. You
could have said how great Rick and Yusuf are without necessarily denigrating me. You know, you just had to get that in there.
You know, you play so consistent, but you even say, I'm not a big poacher. I don't come over and take a lot of balls, which is fun though too.
You're not helping.
Okay.
You know, Jen, I remember Andrea having a conversation with me one time where she said she was surprised that Jen didn't play number 1 and David wasn't in pod 3 because Jen's such a good mixed doubles player and David may not be. Andrea did not say that. She did not say that. I'm kidding.
I mean, it sounds like what Jen would say though.
Okay, let Andrea talk, guys. Andrea, what do you think about that? Like, do you prefer gender or mixed, or would you like to kind of get there with your team and say, what are you guys more comfortable with, and what do you think?
I love both. I don't really have a preference, but I think, and I like the idea, but I think what we would have to be careful is teams not taking advantage of, you know, let's say they feel like they're going to have to get like 2 mixed wins, and then they're going to load up like they're going to send their pod 1 team to pod 3. So there has to be some kind of restrictions on
with the ranking,
making it, you know, fair.
Yeah, no, I agree. Great.
It's mostly like 1 through 6 mixed. So maybe somebody that played number 4 women's might be playing number 3 mixed, or number 2, or that you wouldn't be going 6 to 1, that kind of thing. Like even in college tennis, I play higher singles than I did doubles. You know, I played, you know, so, you know, sometimes the people who are better in doubles, they played here 1 doubles, but they played 4 singles, things like that. So I don't know, just more flexibility.
I'm curious, David and Jen, like, to me, mixed is every bit as important as gender. There's no difference to me. They all count the same. Do you feel like sometimes maybe it gets confused where gender is more important than mixed in some instances, or do you feel like everybody sees it the same, as they're completely even in value?
Maybe people might see it that way, but I know in talking to you from the very beginning, that was such a large part of what you wanted the league to be, right? That, you know, mixed doubles was equal or more, and it's worth the same amount of points and things like that. So, I mean, I think it's much more equal in the NPL, certainly, than in other things, perhaps. And, you know, some people might have like a certain attitude, but as far as everything I've heard, I think most people feel like it's just as important.
Yeah.
All right. So, Andrew, I wanted to ask you a question from one of our listeners. You know, we always take questions. So, who is your dream partner? And, you know, it can be anyone, living or dead, real or fictional, SpongeBob, Joan of Arc, Michael Jordan. Do you have a dream partner? I ask this because Jen and I actually have the same dream partner.
Oh, you do? Can I ask who?
So it's Andrea Agassi. She wants to play with Andrea Agassi. I want to play with Andrea Agassi. You know, and
he's got a bigger crush than I do.
Oh, I have such a crush. That would be my dream partner. You know, Rick Witsken, and then right after that, Andrea Agassi.
Yeah, right, right.
Sorry, Daryl. Sorry, Daryl.
You have a dream partner, Andrea.
Well, that's kind of funny you say Agassi, because growing up, I mean, Steffi Graf was my idol. Yeah. I was junior, obviously, and living in Germany, and you know, the proximity to Hungary. So she definitely would be a choice. If I have to go with a male choice, the other one was, I don't know if you guys remember, Stefan Edberg.
Oh,
he was kind of my other, the Swedish player. I had a little crush on him back then.
Yes.
So I would pick those two probably.
I loved Edberg.
Yeah.
But if Annalie Waters wants to play doubles with me, I mean, I'm all for it.
You're all in.
You consider
US Open split age.
All right, Jen. Yeah, you're up. Jen
Okay, guys, let's moving along.
She always says like the boring questions out of the way with me, and now the fun questions.
Wait, you know what? I know I didn't get asked this, but I just want to tell you, playing doubles with Todd Witsken would have been my dream. Just want to say that, put it out there.
That would have been awesome. You know, well, what do you think? Not to go too much on it, but like, I just think he would have loved pickleball.
He would have been amazing at pickleball. His hand speed, his
Just
quickness,
crazy hands. You know,
he would have loved it.
Attitude and approach. I mean, I appreciate you saying that, because that's part of your story.
And Ben would be a close. Ben Shelton would be a close second, and his middle name's Todd. So
can you get Ben for split age? Can I get him?
Probably not for a few years.
I mean, Rick and I play with Ben's mother. Does that count?
He might be a little busy for a while. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, we're gonna play a little this or that. So I just give you a choice, and you just answer for yourself. So we just said you have to pick mixed or gender. What's your preference?
Mixed.
Mixed.
Okay, me too. Tennis or pickle?
Pickle.
Pickle.
Pickle. A ski vacation or a beach vacation?
I love both.
I like both, but my wife would say beach, so I go with my wife.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Rock music or country?
Country.
Ooh, that's tough. That's a tie.
Pick one. You only have to pick one, Rick.
Country, because my wife likes it more.
Oh, God, you're such a nice.
Country rock.
Okay. Do you pick serve or side?
Side.
Receive.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Would you rather watch football, Alabama, or tennis on TV?
Tennis.
Football. Unless it's Ben Shelton.
Yeah, I was going to say Alabama, Ben.
Ben,
Alabama.
Better be. Okay, Italian food or Mexican?
Italian.
Mexican.
Okay. Do you prefer driving or dropping?
Probably driving.
I would say dropping. I like the challenge of dropping.
Yeah, driving. New York or LA?
Yeah.
I haven't been to New York.
West,
I'm gonna pick New
please.
York.
LA.
Okay. Morning of NPL, breakfast buffet, or you're in the hotel gym working out?
In the gym stretching.
Neither.
Not having breakfast?
No, I don't eat breakfast.
Okay. All right. Okay. Forget this or that. We're going to do who would rather, or who's more likely. Okay. So who's more likely to be grumpy after they lost?
Rick.
Probably me.
Who's more likely to watch their matches?
What do you mean?
I am.
Like when you're flying home or the next day, would you?
No, I never do that. That's Andrea.
I don't either. Yeah.
I will do it
Rick,
all
have
day
you
long.
ever watched one of your matches? I think I've never watched a whole match, and I've only watched a few points in the history of like pickleball.
Yeah, I literally saw my match at my club. It was U.S. Open, me and Sperling playing Althoff and Weinbach. I watched it 2 hours ago. People are like, hey, Rick, there you are. It's the
But
first
no
time I watched
NPL.
myself.
You don't go back and watch your NPL matches. Okay. Do you prefer to practice more, like right after you get done playing NPL, or do you like the time off? A few days off.
Time off.
Time off. What's practice?
Rick doesn't practice between events.
Practice.
Who's more likely to give their partner advice during the match?
Rick.
Probably me. But Kara Beth would be number one.
Who's more likely to be late?
Ooh. I'm not late. I don't know Andrew's
I'm
late
not
either.
late either.
Okay, or forget something. Who's more likely to forget something?
Probably me.
Yes.
That's it. Dave, you have one?
Who's more likely to sing karaoke?
Rick.
Rick.
Me, for sure.
Who would be more likely to bungee jump?
Not me.
I've
Don't
done
do
it.
it. Don't do it.
It's me.
Who's more likely to eat all the snacks in the players' lounge?
Maybe me.
Not me.
I love the setup.
Who goes all out for dressing up, like for our theme parties on Friday night?
Rick.
Yeah.
Me. Yeah.
All right, that's all I got.
Do you have your black and white outfit picked out?
Yes, he has the suit from. Remember the first?
Good, Jan. That's good memory.
Nice.
He wore a head to toe. Andrea, the very first draft party was in Naples. It was so much fun. He wore literally a suit that was in a race car. I mean, it was like the black and white
Checkered flag. Yeah.
checkered
Not
flag
shocked.
suit, full suit. So yeah, we'll have to see what you wear Friday. Are you gonna bring your bird, David?
Oh, this is Blue. She's
Who's
been
more
really
likely
quiet.
to do a podcast with the bird on their shoulder?
It's rare that you guys lose in mix, but when you do, who's more pissed off?
Oh, me.
Oh, it's Jen. I'm like.
It's always my fault. It's usually my fault.
No, it's not that. But I don't care enough. You get mad at me because I don't care enough.
I like
hey,
pickleball.
we played great. We lost to a very good team. I don't feel bad at all. And she's like, "Oh, you missed that one drop." I'm like, "Okay." So
I don't say what you did. I say what I did.
oh, well. All right, Jen, any more questions? Or I should have asked. Rick, do you have any more questions for us?
I just want you guys to know we appreciate your loyalty to the NPL. We work hard. I appreciate all the owners, all the board members. Obviously, Beth and I. Beth works so hard. Honestly, I feel like I work hard for the NPL, but Beth, she works harder than anybody. She really does. So I just wanted you to know that, we view this as a family, and we all need to be all in. And any players that want to be involved, we've got to start delegating with all the additional changes we want to make. Please lean into us. And I've had some players mention that for next year, but we'd love for people to come to us and say, Rick, Beth, board members, Matt, Rod, this is what we'd love to help out with.
All right. Well said, Rick. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming back. Andrea, thanks for coming today, being in the NPL. We appreciate you and your talent. And thanks.
See you guys see you in Indy. We play each other, right?
Yes, if you're coming to Indy, yes.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think we play you guys though.
Oh, maybe not.
Well, that's
good.
probably good.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being on, and thanks for creating this league. I look forward to it every weekend. I'm empty nest, so I just can't wait to get there in 2 weeks. So,
Awesome. I'm looking forward to hosting all three of you.
There.
yeah. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks,
All
guys.
right. Sounds good.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. See you guys.
All right, Jen, I had a question for you. Speaking of after Chicago, not that I'm jealous or anything, but right after the tournament, you left. You were gone for a week, right? You hosted us, then you left right away. So you were giving me that look when I was talking about, Combine and some of my stuff. So I'm going to give you a chance. Tell us a little bit about that, the week long you spent there.
Oh.
And where was it? What did you do?
Oh, after Chicago Open, yeah, it was so fun. I got to work the Yola celebration. I'm with Team Yola. So it was just, there were all these campers and juniors, and to be able to teach clinics, there were a few senior pros, me and Dane was there, and Alka and Angela Simon and Mark. And it's just to be with Deckelbar and Ben Johns and Anna Bright and Simone and Brooke Buckner and Christy Chin. And I love there's just so many. I mean, to watch them play and get tips from them, but then to teach amongst them. And it was just a really fun week. So
Awesome.
All right.
David?
That's it. We're out.
All right. Peace out. See you guys. And
Thanks, guys. Thanks,
Rick,
Andrea.
Rick, do you have 5 minutes?
Yep,
Oh,
sure.
wait, we have to thank our sponsors. We really have to thank for supporting the NPL, Selkirk, QC Kinetics. Any others that you can think of, Dave?
Thank you, Paddle Tech.
We mentioned
Yola.
all the paddle companies in Yola. So yeah, I think QC Kinetics has been such a great sponsor for the league. We should give them a little extra attention.
See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Andrea.
Bye.